So then if the market perhaps reacted with a little bit of overreaction maybe to what, as you say, was a clear path laid out before, would you be a buyer of yesterday's dip?
Look, I think that the Omicron developments are still justify a kind of holding pattern for markets in terms of risk sentiment. I think that it's a setback. It's certainly not setting us back to square one, given all the progress. We've got to bear in mind progress on vaccines, antivirals, the fact that many governments are not going to go back to the kind of lockdowns that we've seen before. But at the same time, I think we have to expect some kind of serious vaccine escape from this variant. We will obviously, there's uncertainty around that. We'll find out about that in the next couple of weeks. And that is going to delay the recovery over the winter. It's probably going to mean a new booster program with updated vaccines. That's going to take some time. And I think we'll see the same kind of dynamics where it'll put a premium on countries that have good vaccine infrastructure in place and will mean more of a setback for countries where that isn't in place. And I think that we're going to see that in Europe in particular over the winter.
So considering all of the headwinds we could potentially have, and as you say, there's so many unknowns at this point, and you are worried about market gyrations, what serves as a useful hedge right now?
Well, look, we've seen duration and government bonds coming back into fashion as a hedge. They have actually been working over the last few weeks. That's something we've been adding back into portfolios over the last few months. So I still think that for a multi-asset portfolio, government bonds are still an important part of that mix. I think the dollar is an important part of hedging multi-asset portfolios at the moment. Interestingly, we haven't seen that in the kind of extreme risk-off days over recent days where you've seen the dollar weakening. But generally, I think the trend towards a stronger dollar, and I think that over a longer horizon, that will still act as a decent hedge, particularly as you see these longer-term inflationary pressures building in the US much more than elsewhere, particularly in Europe.